The Sandwich Monkeys versus the Pirates in Pyjamas. Not quite. We don't have the Pirates in Pyjamas anymore, but instead of Pip, we have Pip. So we are actually looking at the Piggies in Blankets. So the Sandwich Monkeys here. We had the winner bracket final of the last chance qualifier. Dragonshire is map number 1. Again, for the draft, in case that you haven't seen any of the other games, we have Li Ming banned globally and also Stitches because there is a bug with Stitches hooks that can cause lag spikes, pretty big ones actually. And therefore, Blizzard removed the hero from this tournament in particular. But still, we had some very nice and cool drafts here so far. For now, we actually have Sagara banned again. I mean, on Dragonshire, she's one of the best heroes that you can possibly get there. Oftentimes, a Thrall is banned out too, since his Sundering is just incredibly strong, and him overall, he is a beast. Can always be played at the front line quite easily. Other heroes to be banned out, Rhaegar for example. So the hate on the Orcs these days is real. I think Orc heroes are banned more than anything else. But the Sandwich Monkeys actually favor a ban on Falstad here. That will at least result in them either getting that Kalthas that they could get right now, and Thrall if they want him, or Rhaegar. And the Piggies decide that what they want is that Rhaegar first of all. So yeah, we have double Orc action actually in our game here. First game of the best of 3 series. Keep in mind that this is also like a double elimination system, so we are actually looking at a winner bracket and a loser bracket, meaning that whoever loses here will still have a chance in the loser bracket to make it through. The winner, on the other hand, advances straight to Katowice. So that's going to be pretty great. For now, we have Greymane locked down very, very early on as well. So Greymane has been a constant throughout all of the games here today. He's incredibly popular right now. Can dish out incredible damage, especially now that we have with Perfect Aim the talent available again. The talent was banned out in the last qualifier since there was a bug. Blizzard since then fixed that already. The Pigs in Blankets here can go into that Kalthas. He got nerfed a little bit though. Arcane Barrier got nerfed. Also the stun on the Gravity Lapse got nerfed. But they prefer to go for that early Johanna, which we've seen already a couple of times. I'm already liking the way that this is looking. Johanna with the Lightning Shield can be very strong, very powerful here. That stun of course helps. You can even go into Falling Sword if you have a jumper comp that tries to go for the backline. So that's something that they can use here. And they use a Tassadar. Rhaegar Tassadar has actually been a combination that has been played oftentimes with a melee assassin. I could see a ban on Illidan here again. The Sandwich Monkeys, they might actually go for it, since Tassadar plus Rhaegar would help again. Like, actually at this point, do you ban an Illidan? Because there's also Sonya around. Yeah, they ban Illidan, but Sonya can really benefit from those two heroes a lot as well. So that is an option for the Piggies to go for Sonya. Have that Tassadar with the Leeching Plasma and Karla's Embrace, and then use Rhaegar for the heals as well. So that is actually looking pretty solid for them right now. When we're coming to bans on the Pigs and Blankets, they want to get rid of Diablo because, well, you can get Sundering into Apocalypse quite nicely if you play it right. So that's apparently something that they don't really want to go up against. There's a lot of combo potential that you have with Thrall, but Diablo is definitely one of the heroes that does that very nicely too. ETC works out as well. Sundering into a Slide and Mosh Pit has been played in the past. So those two heroes are probably the best ones at the front line right now for the Sandwich Monkeys. And they just like change between the two of them. Can't really blame them here. And it looks like we are going to see at least Diablo banned out. So the Sandwich Monkeys can go into ETC now. They have the option to go Muradin as well. Muradin and ETC are both still available to the team. And they definitely need their front line. If they want to go into a healer, they can do that a bit later in the draft, since the Piggies already chose Tassadar and also Rhaegar. So there's still a lot of options open for them. They could even go into like an Uther if they want to go Divine Shield ETC, for example. They could drop that Karazim once again that we've seen a lot. But they go solo tank apparently. Kalthas would be another addition to them. Kalthas once again over Jaina now. And that is most likely going to result in a Muradin. I mean, you can still play the ETC as a solo. Leoric as a solo on the other hand. Well, at least with a Thrall at the front line. So that helps a little bit. Sondriax, thank you very much for the resub, my friend. Leoric, again, as a solo tank here, but with a Thrall next to him, and that helps. If you have a solo tank and you have Thrall next to him, or at least a Sonya, that helps you a little bit to keep them alive. For the Pigs and Blankets, they still need some damage, and I could definitely see something. Well, do you really play Jaina with this? They could play Jaina, I assume, but I guess we still have Reyna around for the auto attack damage. A Vala would also work here. She has, of course, a nice poke from a distance as well. Any kind of melee assassin. I would like that Sonya still, to be honest with you. Like, use that Sonya first of all. Yes, there she is. And then another damage dealer from the backline. And I suppose for that, if they want to have chase potential, then a multi-shot build Vala would probably be pretty good. And if not, then I think Reyna would be nice as well. But you only go up against one frontliner. You already know that Leoric is going to be the solo tank there. So the question is, do you really need that Reyna? Usually goes also, of course, for Giant Killer. But in this case, they need someone, ideally with a little bit of lockdown, something here. I mean, you can go into that slow from Vala. I actually like that. Vala, or you go into Jaina, one of the two. Vala has more sustain damage overall that you can really use and bring to the table here. Jaina has that burst. I mean, we're all very familiar with that. But they definitely need a range damage dealer, and that is the biggest and toughest challenge for them right now, because that is a very solid setup. Vala can poke from a distance a little bit more. She doesn't have to commit this closely. I would have chosen her. They seem to go with Reyna here, which is also very strong. I mean, he can dish out a lot of damage. The Hyperion is strong. All viable options. A lot comes down to personal preference at this point in the draft. And we are seeing Morales. Oh, I like the Spanish say Morales. Morales would actually be pretty sweet here too. I mean, Karazim would be better if they had a double tank, which they don't. Double tank plus Thrall. Morales should be safe enough in the back line. And it's all about positioning here, of course, once again. Sandwich Monkeys against the Piggies. Guys, once again, one of these two teams will go to Katowice. The other team will drop into the losers bracket and have another chance of qualifying there. But we are definitely going to find out which team is going to advance from the last chance qualifier here in our winner bracket match. So jump right into it. Dragonshire is going to be our first map. So let's get started without further ado. Alright everybody, welcome to game number 1 here on Dragonshire. The first map has started, and well, it's a best of 3 series that will determine at least one more team that advances to Katowice, the offline final for the Spring Championship. Currently to the left side of the map here in the winner bracket final, we have Team Pigs in Blankets, the Piggies, and they're going up against the Sandwich Monkeys. So currently Blade on Johanna for the Piggies, we have Hydra on Tassadar, Wolf Joe on Sonya, Nick on Reyna, and Linked on Rega. To the right side of the map, we have the Sandwich Monkeys with ADRD on Kalthos, Zarmany on Greymane, Sport Billy on Morales, Snow on Thrall, and BKB on Leoric. Stür moved away from the Sandwich Monkeys. He actually joined Google looking for an Umbrella, a team that is already qualified for the finals in Katowice. Therefore, there was one slot to be filled on the Sandwich Monkeys roster, and they decided to get Zarmany, an experienced player that has been playing for quite a few teams already. Teams currently with an attempt to just block these lanes a little bit. It's a slight adjustment, but it can really help. For now, we have on level 1 the Shot of Fury taken for Sonya. We're seeing also Trauma Trigger once again. We have Seasoned Marksman for both of these teams, once on Thrall, and the other time, of course, on Reyna, with a Lightning Shield talent taken for Rega. And in this case, it is the Lightning Bond once again. Very popular in Europe right now. North America is still using more the increased range on the Lightning Shield, the increased radius that you get with the Electric Charge. This is game number 1 in the winner bracket final. So the last qualifier for Katowice is a bit of a different format than all of the other qualifiers. Now we have only 8 teams playing for the last 2 spots, and it is actually a double elimination system with also loser bracket being available. So whoever loses here has another shot in the loser bracket to get into Katowice. So looking at this, we have also, of course, 2 heroes banned out. I've been talking about it a bit during the draft as well, but Li Ming and Stitches are both banned for this tournament. Oh, the Auric in a bit of trouble, but with the Wraith Walk he gets away, and of course we also have the safeguard here applied by Sport Billy. For Morales, it's incredibly important that you have good positioning. As Morales, you don't really need to do a lot of attacking. As long as you are able to heal your allies, that's absolutely fine. If you keep yourself in the back and use that safeguard, use that heal, then you can get an amazing amount of heals out over the duration of the game. That's something that Sport Billy definitely has to do. They're running this currently with a solo tank, but they still have Thrall also at the front line, and Zarmany can of course switch into melee mode as well. So they should be able to just execute a bit of pressure against the opponents, so that Sport Billy is rather safe in the back. But once that they are able to jump him, if Sport Billy goes down, then they have to retreat, of course. Morales is really absolute key in such scenarios. Both of those shrines are now also in the hands of the red team, so the Sandwich Monkeys are going for an early Dragonite here once again. They're definitely the favorite getting into this series, or winning this series, but the Piggies have played great games. They took out Bubble Squad a little bit earlier, and they have shown already great performance throughout the entire tournament, and even the qualifiers before. It's still not an organization that a lot of people are familiar with, but it's definitely like a team that the individual players have shown their skills for other teams as well. Hydra, for example, was part of Kiev 5, if you still remember them. Blade has played for Meteor Makers quite a bit when the team was playing at its best, and there's a few others, of course, as well. Hydra and Linked, yeah, well, keeping everyone alive for a moment, but BKB moves in, and oh, they can't kill him. Johanna at the bot lane on the other hand, she is down, but the Dragon Knight has been captured. Great play here in the middle. Tassadar was trying for the longest time to really make sure that he denies the Dragon Knight, but didn't get the chance there. getting away was pretty cool though. Rhaegar had to rotate into the mid lane for that. Wolf Joe now up at the top, still moving up against Snow, so it's all about the experience soak here, of course. Normally when you're looking at competitive teams, you don't see them committed to one lane. They have the Dragonite, they just like try and move in, get a little bit of damage out there with the Dragonite, drop a couple of towers if they can, and have everybody else still soaking experience, maybe rotate around for like a quick push at the end, but that's mostly what we're seeing there. So once again, doing a pretty solid move, doing really well, and well, for now, as you can already see, the Dragonite is nearly done for, but that also means that they can now move to the bot lane and maybe push this in a little bit. Fission Bomb has already been taken here. We have in the rest of the cocktail build taken Perfect Aim, Draft Overflow, and Incendiary Elixir. We also have now Paralyzing Rage once again. Now the piggies so far a little bit behind. It's actually kind of funny because I always assumed that the pigs in blankets were just like a fun name that they made up, but no, it is an orc. They have a Hearthstone team as well. So my apologies for that. So you should definitely check them out and give those guys a shout out. They actually play pretty well here. I'm loving the logo that they have on the ESL website for the bracket. It's actually like pretty fun. But yeah, it was a bit of a surprise to me. I've never heard of them before, and they made it to the finals here. So for the team name, I've heard of those players before for sure, of course. Now, of course, Advanced Block now taken as a level 7 talent for, level 4 talent for Morales. You're also seeing now on level 7, going straight into the cleanse here. When you look at the talents, it's pretty much like the standard builds that we have here. Very few adjustments have actually been made. Like the only one that we can maybe talk about is that cleanse on Rhaegar that you don't see every time. He can, of course, go into cleanse. Blood and Thunder on level 7 is reducing his cooldowns, which is quite nice as well. But in this case now, they would just want to make sure that they have cleanse available to just like help their heroes to escape. But overall, pretty standard builds here. I guess like the biggest adjustment that we currently have is really that Thrall going for Envenomment or for follow through, so not going for those Chain Lightning talents at the beginning. It's one of the styles that Snow really likes on the hero, and he is playing Thrall again for his team here. So yeah, it's just like a personal style that he has, and that actually works very well for them, and for the Sandwich Monkeys, of course, in particular. Rhaegar the top line, helping out Sonya, and Sonya is going to be a key character in this game. Snow is very low here, but yeah, Sonya has the support of Rhaegar with a lightning shield, and also Tassadar with his own shield, so this is definitely something that they are going to try and use in the later stage of the game when we're starting with the team fights, with the 5 versus 5s. And it's really something that they could try and showcase now, because that massive support for Sonya will allow her to go very, very deep in these fights and put a lot of pressure on heroes like Greymane, Kalthas, and also, of course, Morales. And Morales is trying to, lock those out, but the problem is that she might even fall to that. Here come the level 10s now, faster for the Sandwich Monkeys, and the Phoenix is annihilating all hopes of getting that early Dragonite here for them. So once again, we have Shrines taken, but it's an entire level lead that we see now. And Tomb has been chosen, Phoenix, go for the Throat also, and we have the Stim Drone plus Sundering. And this should be another Dragonite now for the Sandwich Monkeys, since BKB and ADRD are already here at the top lane. Oh, Thrall taken down by Linked and Wolfjo. Yeah, pretty well played here. Rhaegar was in a little bit of trouble as well, but is still pretty solid here in hit points. Over there, Hydra dropping, but he should be able to get away. Does he have the cooldown ready? Yeah, he does. And he moves away immediately. ADRD is not fast enough to really catch up with them. But level 10 is now getting a bit closer also for the Pigs in Blankets, and that means that they might actually be able to deny the Dragonite. Oh, Blades! Ah! Yeah, well, losing Blade here, of course, annihilates those hopes, at least for now. As long as they can get the control over the top shrine again, it should be all fine. But that's still level 10 versus level 10 talents now, with the best Blessed Shield taken, and also having Force Wall, Wrath of the Berserker, Hyperion, and Ancestral Healing. And one of the most crucial talents for the heroes is Color's Embrace on level 7 for Tassadar. We have Snow now claiming the shrine. Already Zarmany is zoned out again. Like, that storm is really getting annoying for them. So, yep, here comes once again the rest of the team rotating in. Wolfjo has all the shields that he needs, and Sport Billy falls. Great kill against Morales. That was exactly what they needed here. And even though Reyna was low in hit points, they are still turning this around with another kill, and they get the double kill. There is also Greymane dying. Once that Morales is dead, you are in trouble, and they know that. So now they have to go back onto the shrine lanes, have to take those shrines, and maybe even get that Dragonite. Morales is going to be back soon at the bot lane. We have Linked already in position. We're seeing at the top lane Blade claiming a shrine as well. Snow is deciding against moving in, and this could well be a Dragonite now for the Pigs in Blankets. It will be. They're getting very, very close to actually come back and make, well, at least get even experience. moving through the mid lane is definitely going to grant them a few tower kills. They have heroes on all of the lanes for the soak still, and Wolf Joe is now having the patience to move back with the Dragonite a little bit, and then to just like move in again. It's one of the most important lessons if you really play Heroes of the Storm. It doesn't really matter if you control the Dragonite or if you control the Garden Terror. You don't have to YOLO in. You don't have to just like rush in and try to kill something. You can actually sometimes just move back a little bit, wait for that Breath of Fire to come back in again, and just use the Breath of Fire to poke a little bit. With the Garden Terror, it's very similar. You have time. You have a lot of time on these objectives that you can use to actually get the damage in. So as long as you don't like stay too passive, you will always be able to get some damage in and really drop a structure or two. Sometimes you have to wait for your team, and that's something that Wolfjoe does here right now. He still has 13 seconds. He already dropped the mid lane. He's going up to the top right now. There's another Fire Breath, and yeah, he's going for the second tower. So very solid what they got out of this one. 13 versus 13 now in Talons. And with the Dragonite, he can get another hit in against the gate and then simply move back. We have also, again, an adjustment. The level 13 talent is just absolutely amazing when we're talking about like Greymane. Running Wild has now been taken for the disengage with the Dark Flight, and this is just absolutely cool. We have seen every single talent on level 13 for Greymane taken here today in competitive by different players with different styles on Greymane. The Cocktail build on level 1, 4, and 7 is mostly the same. It's basically the accepted strongest build right now for the hero. But on level 13, you have so many ways of adjusting your build, which is actually pretty impressive. I like that a lot. That hero design is a lot of fun. And well, we have with the 13 talent now also the Earth Shield taken over the potential tidal waves, which is going to give you a lot of cooldown reduction in those team fights on your heal, on a chain heal. But going for that shield is especially helping out Sonya in those fights then later. Sonya going full passive mode, by the way, not going for the Mystical Spear here. Spell Shield instead. She is really going to be tough to kill later on in those fights. She can go deep. And instead of Couples Therapy, we have Preventive Care now taken. Or Preventative Care has been the chosen talent. So interesting to actually see that, because with this with this talent in particular, you can give Thrall even like so to say, you get like a mini imposing presence out of it if you think about it. So that can be pretty nice. But for now, that also means that Morales doesn't really have anything where she can heal herself. So Sport Billy has once again to pay super much attention to his positioning overall and make sure that he is not going to expose to any kind of like attack. And that's what Sonya is going to try. She doesn't have leap, so she can't leap into the back line, but she still has that spear, and if that hits and connects with Morales, then there's going to be a lot of trouble for Sport Billy. He's not going to get out of this one easily. So still rotation around to the bot lane, where Link is already attempting to go straight for that camp. Blade is moving in now too, and with that lightning shield they can easily cap that. BKB is a bit too late for it, trying to slow them down for a moment. Chain bombs are ready, and both of the teams are now going for the team fight here. The shrines are active, meaning whoever wins the team fight, they disengage. Yeah, but if that would have been a battle, they could have gotten the Dragonite whoever takes it. By the way, there's still a bit of pressure or play up at the top lane with that camp that was taken earlier. So that is going to help to just like zone the opponent out a bit. Maybe get that second shrine, sneak in the Dragonite in the mid lane if you're lucky. As long as Leoric can push Blade back a little bit, they might actually make that work. But Snow has to retreat. He sees that there are just way too many heroes up at the top, and he doesn't want to risk it now. They are going to have the level 16 soon enough, and with that they have a lead in experience and in talents for a moment. Shrine is still being taken here. And, well, they can maybe make it happen. Leoric is in the mid lane, but everybody else is also starting to go over there to zone him out. 16 talents already. Here's the imposing presence that we now have. At least one on Leoric. And we also have them again with the extra damage. Increases the cocktail damage by 80% while the Inner Beast is active, which should be most of the time. Nice grab on the Dragonite here. No interrupt at all. A bit surprising to see that, but good zoning. And the Piggies are starting to... Well, they're not falling apart or anything, but they have to move back again. They move back and try to defend against this one. And again, the split. By the way, 16 talent with the System Shock. Not Inoculation, which we actually see a lot there, but instead the additional slow, which can be very nasty, of course. Full shield build again with the Rising Storm now taken. Oh, pressure in the mid lane. 1 kill, 2 kills, double kill. Kel'Thas and Morales are both down. Leoric is still alive, but that also means that now Snow has to be careful with his Dragonite. He can't really move in deep with this anymore, or he will fall as well. He's still trying to drop the fort at least. Leoric is taking the bot lane, and we have in the middle of the map now also Greymane. Yeah, he's still trying to get away here. Another quick hit. There's 3 heroes on him already, and for Snow, this is not really a good situation there. Not at all. Thrall is going to be slowed down. Here comes Wolf Joe with that stun. The first one, bullseye hits, and Snow, even with Sundering in use, is taken out. So that is another trip. The Pigs in Blanket, 6 kills against 2. Look at these boys. That's the real deal here. I mean, we know the players. Linked has been around for ages. Wolfjoe, we've seen him a lot as well, subbing for most teams. Hydra also now, of course, another player that has been in competitive Heroes of the Storm for a long, long time. And they are really starting to make a bit of a name for themselves here. They played great in the last few tournaments, and they are now doing exactly that again in the winner bracket final. A lot of teams actually expected the Sandwich Monkeys to get an easy victory here, but so far we don't see that at all. The Sandwich Monkeys are actually a little bit behind. They are currently down in experience. We're looking at the damage output. Greymane with 31,000. Very, very solid here. 26,000 on Reyna. And while talking Reyna again, he's at 30 season marksman stacks already. 14 minutes in. 30 season marksman stacks. Very, very solid damage output for his side now, of course, as well. Leoric, by the way, on 30 reanimation stacks, so that's also really important for him since a lot of his trade, of course, depends on that. BKB, oh, Wraith walks away. Okay. Safe for now, no problem on his part, but still Camp's taken all over the place now by the Piggies, and they are playing a very solid match here. They have more kills than the opponent. A double support combo with Sonya is working out very well for them. And especially, of course, with Reyna in the backline. Never really threatened. I mean, Reyna, as long as Sonya goes ham like this and they have that double support, Reyna can more or less do whatever he wants. And that's exactly what happens. And we all know what Reyna wants to do. I mean, besides getting down with Karrigan, he wants to dish out damage. And that is exactly what he's currently doing here. So top lane, there's already Zarmini deep pushing against another camp that has been taken. And that pins them back. All of these moves pin them back. And they have to just somehow meet these rotations with 5 heroes now at the bot lane. The shrines are active again. Another camp is also on the map. And they take that small time window that they have here to go for another camp, move it to the mid lane or to the bot lane. And with that, of course, the camp is going to start putting more pressure on, which allows them to rotate freely across the map and get maybe a snipe somewhere. Or just go closer to level 20 by annihilating the fort. They have the options now. There's 19 already. And now they start to move in once more. ADRD with the chain bomb build is making sure that he's just pushing everything out that he can. Up to the top lane. Yes, there's the move up into the middle. Wolf, Joe, Blade, and Nick are already there. And there's one camp now also counter pushing against them. So it's more or less an exchange in shrines that we're going to see there. As long as Sonya moves over and takes the one up at the top, which she should easily be able to. Hydra actually delaying it. Dude, I don't think that was necessary. Wow, Hydra is going to get away. Or is he? Yeah, I think he does, but that wasn't even necessary to delay it. Sonya was already on the move, so Hydra, yeah, he's able to just delay that shrine a little bit longer. That gives Sonya time to cap the one at the top. They are all moving back right now, because the bot lane was already pressured, but now it's both of the teams looking very close to level 20, and that is going to be another big, big move, of course. Again, the aggression against Tassadar, but the counter play up to the top lane, where they attempt to get more experience by annihilating maybe even the fort. They could try and go for it. Bot lane pressure against the key pushes them back though, but they have the level 20 talent. Nexus Frenzy taken for Reyna. Nexus Frenzy coming in play, and good old Jimmy can now dish out even more damage than before. His season marksman stacks are at 37 now. 37, very, very solid. So roughly, if you think about it, they're 38 right now. A lot of these guys are getting like 2 to 3 stacks per minute usually. So that's very, very cool. Getting all that damage in there. Trade again in terms of shrines. They take one at the bottom, the other one at the top lane is being taken against them. Caduceus Reactor for Morales. A great talent. Caduceus Reactor overall, including her trade, this is great to keep her alive. So that really helps Morales a lot. And besides that, we see more survivability for a lot of the heroes. Kalthas and Thrall went straight for their blinks, for the Bolt of the Storms. We're having also Leoric with his own Hardened Shield right now, something that Sonya got as well. Nerves of Steel plus Ignore Pain, her versions of Stone Skin and Hardened Shield. And she can put that to some use. Indestructible has been used, or is the talent on Johanna. Fight at the bot lane could happen right now, but Sonya is moving into the middle of the map, and I'm not quite sure why. Sonya's still waiting there. Apparently they're trying to set up a bit of a flank. Sonya is really one of the best heroes in this setup now to wreak havoc in the backline. She can do so much damage when she has the opportunity to do that. And yes, there we go. Starting to move in, already going for the whirlwind here. Shields are going to be everywhere in just a moment. She's going to get that shield. Zarmony is low, Snow as well. Phoenix is delivering damage, but so is the Hyperion. Both of the zoning abilities are there. And here comes again the piggies. What is AD already doing over there? Bolts away. Last moment escape here for him. And again the piggies in hot pursuit here, trying to take them down. Sonya dishing out the damage at the front. Blade in a bit of trouble. Needs to be careful, but he has the indestructible still ready. And the fort is falling. Great moves by the piggies once again. And of course, with all of that, the game is just going to be prolonged, which means that we are going to have more and more stacks on, especially Reyna. Reyna has 41 stacks, by the way. Looking at Thrall. Thrall is currently looking at 37, so he's trailing a little bit behind. And of course, Reyna in most of these fights has a much easier time getting those auto attacks in, since he is ranged. So that is going to help him a lot with it. Now let's talk a little bit about damage here as well. Reyna for now is at 47,000, which is the top damage dealer in the entire game as we speak. Teams again exchanging those shrines and starting to go for it. 2 kills only on the side of the Sandwich Monkeys. It's still 6 kills against 2. The only hero that hasn't died yet for the Sandwich Monkeys is actually Leoric. BKB hasn't died once yet. Camps again claimed on the map. And in terms of like siege damage, 140,000 for Johanna. So the teams are starting to move in once more, especially when it comes to the pigs and blankets. The Sandwich Monkeys are actually having a lot of respect right now. You can really tell. They're realizing, guys, this is not going to be as easy as we hoped it would be. This is going to be a tough, tough battle. Sandwich Monkeys again with the positioning up at the top. If Thrall can get that flank, he's looking for it. I think Wolf Joe might have seen him here. Looking for it. He has that level 20 with a talent with the Ball of the Storm. It's just amazing how much damage Nick can dish out in this game because, the attempt, yes, Hydra is there. Hydra is there, zones him out for a moment, so that shrine up at the top can be taken again. Or maybe not, they move into the middle instead. They already know who's there. They move into the middle, deny the Dragon Knight for now. They are waiting for that fight once again. So yeah, it's going to be another team fight that's going to decide the fate of this Dragon Knight. They're trying to rotate down. Reyna would be a very bad choice for the rotation. If so, then Hydra has to make that move. Or Wolf Joe, but then he would miss in the battle itself. And that is what we're currently seeing right now. Hydra is being followed, Blade is there, Wolf Joe waiting for a chance. He sees Thrall, goes for it, pushes Thrall back. Phoenix in a very bad spot, nice Entomb. Not really helping a lot though, they can't get damage out of this because the Hyperion is zoning them out, but at least it keeps them away from the backline. Snow, Sport, Billy and AD already, they are all without pressure. As Zarmony actually had the Stim drone in there, so a lot of heroics were also used in that fight. Ancestral Healing is still out, and now they can move Sonya up to the top, and also Hydra starting to move down to the bottom of the map. Trying to deep-push here, of course, whereas another Siege Giant camp can now also be taken. Very, very intense moment actually in this game. The team's on level 21, 46 stacks now, also on Nick with his auto attacks. That's going to be a huge problem. I mean, the longer this game lasts, the more damage Nick is going to have from the distance. Thrall is in a similar position, but the problem for Thrall is always that he is up at the front line, where he's very much exposed and can be focused, and then has to move back and cannot get the damage in, whereas Nick wasn't pressured at all. Like, Reyna the entire game could do whatever he wanted to, and he's doing exactly that thing again, moving in, dishing out the damage, and trying to get some kills in. Thrall at the top lane, it's again the trade. Once again, the two teams, like, they are definitely, like, they are fighting for every single inch on the map right now. Great game so far. A very cool first game that we see between the two teams. Linked at the bot lane. Again, trying to go for that Shrine, but there's the attempt. Yeah, they go for the cap first. Shrine is already there. Wraithwalk again. Hydra shielding himself, negating a lot of the damage. Going for ADRD. Hydra has still a dimensional warp. They're moving in. Blade is coming in from the side. Thrall is not with them. Thrall is not there. Here comes the Entomb. Blocks 3 heroes. Doesn't trap anyone, but blocks them out. Blade moves away. It's a 4 versus 3, and just barely Tacita escaping here. They saw an opportunity, they moved in, didn't really work out for them, and Snow at the top lane is just getting more season marksman stats for himself. 46 for him, 48 for Reyna. A lot of damage right now. Tons of auto attack damage that can be dished out by these two. And Thrall is starting to move now to the bot lane as well. He's choosing the safe path. Moving to the right first, not going straight down. Doesn't want to run into an ambush here. For very good reason. Johanna's already waiting around, trying to see if she can maybe like intercept him somehow. Thrall is moving in, right into Sonya in this case. Both of the shrines under the control of the Sandwich Monkeys, but BKB is eating a lot of damage there, and Linked is pushing him back, but they're starting to get a bit low, especially Blade and Hydra, and that Cocktail is just poking in again. Sonya is already on her way into the mid lane, making sure that nobody sneaks in that Dragon Knight, and she is in position, but Snow, Zarmin, and ADRD, they're moving in too. We're 23 minutes into the game. A Dragon Knight could theoretically even end the game at this point. Once again, Hyperion being used, zoning them out, and Leoric moving away with a Wraith Walk. It's again like this dance between the two teams, looking for an opening, looking for an opportunity. The pressure play with two of the shrines under the control of one team and just turning around once again. Reyna now at 49 season marksman stacks. Sonya going for the top shrine. That's the opportunity the Sandwich Monkeys were waiting for. They're going in. Stuns thanks to the blessed shield. They go for Link. They nearly get him and they kill TSaM. TSaM is down. It's a 5 versus 3 in the mid lane. Finally, Wolfjo is back to business. He's trying to go for a kill, but immediately Zarman is already on him with a stim drone as well, dropping that damage. Once more, Thrall is doing the exact same thing. Wolfjo got healed here. 2 Ancestral Healing is out. Blade, Wolfjo, Nick, and Hydra all moving away. And they buy the time for Rega to come back into the game now. Rega killed, not TSaM. My apologies. Heat of the moment there. And now the rotation down to the bot lane. Wolfjo is still there. Blade, they are all trying to hold that shrine. But up at the top lane, we saw Greymane now take 1-2. He can move into the mid lane and maybe steal it away. That's exactly what he's trying. They're going to lose out on the Dragon Knight. Yeah, and they know it already. They're way too low. And there is Greymane now. Zarmany, he gets it. And they are starting to move in. Great play here. Damage output. Just look at that damage on Reyna. 82,000 and we still have 75,000 on Greymane. Great damage that both of these guys were able to dish out so far. Now we're looking on the other hand also and Dragon Knight moving through the bot lane. The shields already on the keep. Rega is back. Wolfjo moves in from behind. They try to go for Morales. Morales is being attacked. Morales, a nice zoning. Great. ADRD blinks in, bolts aggressively towards Sonya to help Morales out, but Sport Billy is still going to fall. Safeguard did not help him here. Morales is dead. The Dragon Knight is still on the keep, but they're also on the chase, and they go for BKB. Leoric is dropped. It's a double kill, but Zarmany is already pushing them back even more. Does not go for the core. Realize that he doesn't have the damage output. Trying to escape still. That could be a problem, since everybody else is starting to move in once again. And yes, there is a potential kill against Zarmany. Oh, he's dashing away. He has the Dark Flight talent on 13, and he's moving away as fast as he can. Gets stunned for a moment, though, by that bullseye, but still able to get away. 25 minutes in, and we have still only one keep eliminated. Only one has been taken out so far. Great play here, and once again, of course, we have camps taken all over the place. All of the camps are playing. Teams are trying to get it. Already one of the Siege Giant camps going through the top. Still Morales down for another couple of seconds, and that's the time that they're attempting to use to push the bot lane here. Every single tower that you take down now is going to be important. 23 against 23, the Talons at this point. We're seeing 25 minutes already on the counter, and that means, of course, 54 stacks on Reyna. On Thrall, we have currently 51, so both of the Season Marksman heroes doing really well. Leoric is at 49 stacks already. Bonus health regeneration, 73. 73 bonus health regeneration, which is crazy if you think about it. Once again, we're seeing Snow rather low, and he gets healed. He gets healed by Sport Billy. Zarmany is now moving out through. But we again have the Piggies with a little bit of momentum that they were able to build up here, and they're doing very well with that. They are definitely giving the Sandwich Monkeys a run for the money right now, even though, of course, in structures they're currently behind. Reanimation, a great talent, and this thing is absolutely amazing right now. So the health regeneration is so good for Leoric at this point. You really have to burst him down. If he moves out of the fight for just a couple of seconds, he's going to be back a few moments later with enough hit points to participate once again. Level 23 versus level 23. They are going for every single move now again. Blade up at the top lane, going for the push. Look at that siege damage. 210,000 siege damage that we have on his part. Greymane is at 218,000. And again, it's all about the Dragon Knight. These Dragon Knights are going to end the game eventually. And of course, if the Sandwich Monkeys get another one, then they can simply move down through the bot lane and start to finish the game here. So for now, we have again the Piggies starting to make the rotation here. This double support Sonya is really working out for them. Sonya with 52,000 damage, but it's not only about the damage output. It's about Sonya really pressuring the opponent, trying to get into the backline and opening up, creating a lot of space for Reyna so that he can dish out the damage here. Reyna is going to make that happen, and Rega is going to try to keep him alive. Again, the fight about to start. Temple at the top lane, Shrine at the top lane, taken by the blue team. Hydra is very low though, gets healed once again. Link, keep in mind, he did not go for the tidal waves. It would really come in handy here. He went instead for the extra shield on his level 13 talent, and that helps of course to keep Sonya alive, but it makes it a little bit more difficult when you eat a lot of AoE damage from heroes like Kalthas. So the cooldown reduction might have been the better choice here, but for now it's working out. Again, they can't go into the backline. Wolfjoy is there. They need to catch up with him to drop those shields again. Rhaegar is on the way. Drops that lightning shield immediately, of course, now too, and the heals. And once again, Leoric trying to zone them out with the Entomb, but here comes no! That's the kill against Reyna, and that's the Sandwich Monkeys. And now they have the momentum going for them. They go straight for Sonya once again. Zarmony dashes away, but Sonya is about to fall. She She kills Thrall and gets the ancestral healing linked with a perfect Rhaegar play here. I can't believe that they just did that. I can't believe she just saved Sonya, and it's a trade 1-for-1. Sonya dropping Thrall, it looked more than once like she would fall here. And yeah, with Reyna down, I totally expected the momentum to shift in favor of the Sandwich Monkeys, but far from it. They are actually able to make a nice move here. That was great. The momentum shifted in favor of the Sandwich Monkeys for a moment, but then the Pigs and Blankets are back with a kill. 9 kills against 4. And the Sandwich Monkeys, I mean, they must be frustrated right now. They must be like, what is going on here? Guys, we're 29 minutes into the game. 29 minutes into the game. When was the last time that you've seen a game this long? Like, the record that I had was actually, like, I think last month where we had a game that lasted 36 minutes. That was on the North American server. Before that, the only games that I could come up with are alpha or beta games that we had this long. But now we are closing in on the 30 minutes now. Another Dragonite is potentially going to win that game because those things are going to hit like a truck. Hydra is already there. He's zoned out. He's trying to hold it for as long as he can. Oh, Blade gets it! Hydra at the bot lane is making it happen. AD already is low, but Hydra still gets away, and now the Dragonite can move to the bottom of the map. AD, oh my god, AD already looked for a moment like he would move through that wall. That didn't quite happen, but still. AD already now. Blade had to pause the game for a moment. The damage output. Look at the healing. 150,000 heals on Rhaegar. When we're looking at Morales, it's 130,000. It's just absolutely incredible. So the teams are ready again. I mean, the damage that we're seeing here. 106,000 on Reyna. 108,000 on Zarmony with his Greymane, who finally got the chance to jump in. ADRD, they follow him as well. He is on the run. And they are actually starting to waste some time. And the time that they waste allows now the backdoor attempt. Over here, backdoor attempt already on it. Kalthas is finally down, and we have the Dragonite moving in. Hydra is there, but the backdoor attempt looks like it's going to be successful. Yes, they move in, and even with the Dragonite going through the bot lane, the game is over. The Sandwich Monkeys with a victory. Great play here. GG, well played, and a great decision secures game number 1 for the Sandwich Monkeys. Game number 2 is starting up, and we have Infernal Shrines as our map now. And currently we are looking at, well, Thrall being picked here. Being banned out, of course, first of all. We could see a ban on Rhaegar. Like, this is actually like a pretty difficult map, because right now Zagara is still very strong here. You can ban Rhaegar, you can ban Zagara, I suppose. We've seen different bans as well, but I would still say that those 2 heroes are probably 2 of the strongest ones. You can also go for a ban on a, like, tier 2 hero, so to say. Then Sandwich Monkeys would have to think about Rhaegar or Zagara, and then you pick the other 2. So the Pigs and Blankets can actually do that, and they do something similar to that. I mean, Falstad is still very, very popular, and in that case right now we have Falstad taken, and that means that the Sandwich Monkeys have to decide between Rhaegar and Zagara. And then we are going to immediately see the other hero on the side of the Pigs and Blankets. The Pigs and Blankets currently down 1 game, of course, after losing the last match. Pretty incredible match, actually, on Dragonshire. Keep in mind that, of course, in this case, also Li Ming and Stitches are both banned out for the tournament. Li Ming because she's still a little bit too new, and Stitches because there's, unfortunately, a bug with his hook that can cause lag in the games. So that's one of those things. But yeah, Zagara seems to be the preferred choice for the Sandwich Monkeys, not even going for Rhaegar here. And Rhaegar will now be picked by the Pigs and Blankets. Together with Rhaegar, they can... Well, they have a couple of things that they can really go for. On the European server, it's still a high focus on Kalthas. Greymane is moving more and more into the earlier stages of the draft. And that's exactly where we see him now too. So Greymane already picked. Like, his poke is insane. His damage is awesome. And they pick him away from the Sandwich Monkeys. With, yeah, the Sandwich Monkeys immediately going for the combo again that they already use quite a bit more into Apocalypse. It's a very powerful tool in your arsenal that you can use there. So a Diablo would probably be then accompanied by another frontliner as well, but that is already a very good start into the draft for them. Can combo that off even with like a Tyrande. Like, there's a lot of stuff that you can actually do with this. You can like drop an ETC into the mix. You can use the Tyrande here. You can then later on also use a Jaina, for example, which we haven't really seen too much today yet. I mean, we've seen a couple of Jaina games, but considering that the hero was buffed, or at least that a couple of the talents have now even more power, Cone of Cold to just name one of them, it's really interesting to see that most of the teams still prefer Kalthas, a hero that got nerfed with this Gravity Lapse duration, and also with Arcane Barrier, which of course keeps him safe usually. So that mentioned still feels kind of interesting. But if there is a setup where I could see a Tyrande, a Jaina, Tyrande as well, it's definitely this one. Leoric again, like, it's getting very, very popular in the European server to use those entombs. I mean, Bubble Squad earlier, for example, playing those sick entombs that ETF on top was able to drop out. That was actually like incredibly strong. So that was something that they could make work. For now, we have Leoric also here chosen for the entombs. Follow it up with a good Apocalypse. It's very strong there. And let's see. Yeah, we have the Pigs and Blankets at this point. I mean, what would you... I would actually ban Jaina. I would ban Jaina out. I would ban Jaina, potentially take Kalthas myself, but Jaina has the follow-up damage. I mean, what do the Sandwich Monkeys lead? They ban out Kalthas. Wow. Okay, that's interesting. Then I want to know what they are going to take for damage. I really thought they would like be more afraid of the burst damage than anything else, but I mean, Kalthas as a ban already indicating that they don't want to take it. There's the ban on Tassadar, so this time no Rhaegar, Tassadar, Sonya. Sonya is still available though, and so is Illidan, by the way. Illidan was banned out in the last game because the Sandwich Monkeys were a little bit afraid that it could be used against them. But right now, as a frontliner, Muradin and Johanna are still around. There's the Jaina pick. Okay, I like it. So instead of going for Kalthas, they go for Jaina right now as their preferred damage dealer. Solid damage already on their end. Now the only question, what do they play with in case of like frontline? Do they go for a Johanna, which we've already seen for them? The Muradin is still around too. ETC would actually like fit even better with the Jaina together, and yes, there it is. ETC about to be chosen, so that works here on Infernal Shrines. The Sandwich Monkeys, they need some damage and they need a healer. In terms of like damage output, I suppose a Vala would be nice because of the area of effect damage that you have as well with the multi-shot build that you can use. We have seen Sylvanas on this map, not as much as of recent, but still, like, putting a Vala into play would probably be a smart choice. Other heroes that I could definitely see here. We have a lot of bans actually on the damage dealers with Falstad and Kalthas. I don't really think that they're going for a super heavy frontline with even the Sonya now around. I mean, in theory, you can go Sonya and maybe even drop that Uther then in or Charism to have like a massive frontline, but I don't think that Zagara in the backline is going to be enough to really dish out the damage that they would like to go for. So a poke from them from the distance with AoE would be nice, and that's usually pretty much Vala's job description. They go for the Tyrande combo as a support. Alright, that would lead us... That could still be run with a Vala, but you could also like drop that Raider in, of course, for a bit more damage. Harder hits on the auto attacks then later on. What else could they go for? I feel like I'm missing something. I feel like I'm missing another hero that they could definitely like utilize right now as their last damage dealer in here. But yeah, Reyna, Vala, probably their best choices. Vala has more AoE, which can be kind of nice for them. So that would be very, very cool to get the objective, if that is really what they are attempting at. If they just want to get hero kills and then take the objective after a team fight that they won, then it's a little bit of a different scenario. But yeah, it seems like they are going to go for exactly that. Reyna with the more on-point damage thanks to the auto attacks. Vala, again, with the better AoE for the Shrine fights themselves if you want to win the Punisher. That's the decision that you have to make. You have to really like think about that. What do you prefer more? And with the setup that they're currently running with Diablo and Tyrande, with the Leoric for the Entomb, Reyna is the one that they want to utilize here. So they can definitely do that. Yeah, Reyna is going to be trying to, of course, get his season marksman stacks up. I don't really think that we're going to see with this setup. Give me more. Not really necessary. Then again, the Picks and Blankets, they could still... I'm still thinking about like the potential double tank right now, running into a Muradin, for example, for the additional Stormbolt. If they want to get more damage, I mean, Tassada's taken away, Tyrannus taken away as a possible double support addition. Muradin, I would like that. As I said, I really think he complements this build quite nicely, and they seem to agree with that assessment. So it looks like Muradin it's going to be. And Muradin pick for the Picks and Blankets. I like it. A strong pick for them. Strong picks for the Sandwich Monkeys. The Sandwich Monkeys still ahead in the series. So now we're going to find out which of these two teams will drop into the loser bracket and which team will already qualify for Katowice. So guys, stay tuned and we're going to jump into Infernal Shrines map number 2. Game number 2 on Infernal Shrines. The Piggies are playing against the Sandwich Monkeys once again. It is the winner bracket final of the last Chance Qualifier. To the left side of the map, we have the Picks and Blankets with Blade on ETC, Hydra on Greymane, Wolf Joe on Muradin, Nick on Jaina, and Linked on Rhaegar. In a very close game on Dragonshire, they just barely lost against the Sandwich Monkeys, who are playing to the right side here with Zarmini on Reyna, AD on Zagara, Snow on Leoric, BKB on Diablo, and Sport Billy on Tyrande. So yeah, very solid start actually into our series here today, and of course in this game the Sandwich Monkeys could already get that ticket for Katowice. If they win here in the winner bracket, then the Sandwich Monkeys would advance to Katowice and the Picks and Blankets would drop to the loser bracket where they have another shot at qualifying for the main event in Katowice, the big final of course. So once again, guys, sorry if my voice is a little bit hoarse and if I'm like sounding a bit weird, but I'm still sick and yeah, not really recovering as nicely as I was hoping for. But we're still going through the games here, trying to get everything locked down here, and I'm gonna try and provide you as good a coverage as possible. Solo here today, and oh wow, Leoric! Well, Diablo actually, first of all, very low. The Auric here about to move in with him as well, but there's the kill against Diablo. So very early aggression already by the Picks in Blankets. Like, yeah, there's a Picks of Bloodlust, if anything. Another kill as well. Double kill against the Sandwich Monkeys this early in the game here already. Wow, that wasn't really too bad. That was actually like pretty incredible what we just saw there. When we look at the talents, it's mostly the standard style at level 1. I mean, we have once again the Lightning Bond taken for the additional Lightning Shield. We're also seeing in this case now Reyna going straight for his Season Marksman stacks. He's the only one in here, whereas the Diablo went for the Soul Feast now. And Tyrande going for a bit more of a damage build there. Ranger's Mark on level 1. So an interesting talent to take, considering that she is the only support for the team that will force the rest of these heroes to go into more sustainable talents. We could see ADRD again with a rapid incubation on level 7, for example. Could see Diablo going for a few more of his health talents, and even theoretically an Austin's Renewal on the side of Leoric, even though most of the time it's Ghastly Reach here, since you want to get the extra damage out on those shrines. But it's a very solid lead that we actually already have for the Picks and Blankets. So they've been starting with a very nice double kill. That gives them an earlier level 4. They're trying to go for a kill against Zagara now too. Still trying to go for the kill. If they get that, that would be amazing. Not quite, but close. Hydra is low though, but they go for Sport Billy, and that is that kill that they needed. They will hit that earlier level 4, and they can theoretically already start to move on to that shrine much earlier. That's already the move in. Keep in mind that Linked, of course, with the Lightning Bond also adjusted his build here quite nicely to this map in particular. We've seen the Electric Charge taking quite a lot in the recent past, but if you go for mass AoE damage, or if you want to get more siege damage out, then the Lightning Bond is the much better talent for Rhaegar to take on level 1. Then going on those shrines, it can really help you to secure the additional minions that you need to get those Punishers. So it's a pretty cool talent for this particular map in particular. Again, Searing Arrows taken, more damage on Tyrande, full damage build by the Sandwich Monkeys on Tyrande as the solo support. Very interesting build that they are playing here. Oftentimes when you see that, there's at least a Tassadar at Tyrande's side, but not so in this game. They're actually trying to make that happen with her or rocking the full damage build instead of like going for any of the heal talents. Again, we have level 4 versus level 5, slight stat lead now for the team in blue. We're seeing, of course, Reverberation build from Muradin. I have also now the Stormcaller taken on level 4. They're starting to dash in again. ADRD is low, is down, and this is kill number 4 against 0. The Picks in Blankets, I mean, no kidding, these guys are really, really solid here. They're playing a great game, and they are also aiming for the first Punisher. And of course, with the 5 versus 4 situation, there is very, very little that the Sandwich Monkeys can do about it. Sandwich Monkeys here, I've been saying it before, but maybe if you missed it, they play with Zarmany now. Stür left actually and went over to Google looking for an Umbrella, a team that already qualified for the main tournament. And that was, of course, great for him. They dropped Mopsio and they asked Stür. He speaks, of course, fluent Russian, and therefore it was a great addition for the team now. But that meant that the Sandwich Monkeys lost one of their own, and they had to replace them, and they chose Zarmany, a player that is very experienced here as well. But, of course, they didn't really have as much practice time as they were already hoping for. So, in the middle of the map, Wolf Joe soaking EXP now too. Snow and BKB are both there. They're not really falling too far behind. I mean, yes, they lost 4 heroes, but if you look at experience, thanks to them soaking all of the lanes, it's still 6 versus 6 with a slight lead on the side of the Pigs and Blankets, but nothing too crazy. So that still works out for them. Nick and Wolf Joe are starting to move around now too. Oh, and AD already dead again. Wow, they really get their kills in, aren't they? I mean, they jump in every single time and get a kill. This is like the 5th one already that they secured in this game, and we are only 4 minutes and 40 seconds in. So they have level 7 going into the loudspeakers here. We're seeing, as predicted, Austin's Renewal, Rapid Incubation, both of them taken. And, well, battle momentum still for Diablo. I could have seen him go straight for a few more of those soul talents, but in this case, he wants to have that cooldown reduction. So, yeah, Link at the bot lane together with Nick can now go straight for one of those camps. Link was always great on Rhaegar back when the hero was absolutely amazing. I mean, right now he's, of course, also super strong, but there was a time when Rhaegar was rarely played because it just fell off quite a bit. But this is actually a very, very solid setup here once again for them. And currently looking into the mid lane, Wolf Joe and Hydra. I mean, the entire setup that they have with the double warriors already is keeping the backline safe. And with Muradin, you have a hero that can always jump out. And one of the things that the Sandwich Monkeys really have to do is really lock them down with those stuns that they have. That's one of the big things. I mean, right now we see a lot of the Sandwich Monkeys actually die to these roams, but keep in mind that the game is getting a bit reshuffled once that we have level 10 abilities in play. And once that happens, then we have a lot of combo potential on the side of the Sandwich Monkeys that cannot simply be met by the team in blue. We're gonna see, for example, Entomb and more as a setup for Apocalypse. Also then the Hyperion that can be dropped, the stuns on Jaina. There's a lot of potential to really come back after level 10, so keep that in mind when you're looking at the game right now and the way that it goes. Of course, at this point, the Sandwich Monkeys, they are struggling, and this could result in a huge lead for the opponent's team, especially when that level 10 is hit so early. But right now, the Sandwich Monkeys, they have not lost this game yet by any means. They are behind, but level 10 can change things. The thing is, they are going to hit level 10 after their opponent, and they have to move away. So this Punisher will end up in the hands of, again, the Sandwich, of the Pigs and Blankets. Or at least it should. They're already on the point. They have the level 10 now with a go for the throat. We have a Mosh Pit as well. Avatar, Ancestral Healing. And we're going to see for Jaina. Well, I suppose it could be the Water Elemental here now too. If you go for the Mosh Pit, you can definitely go for Ring of Frost. You can drop both of them in. It is Ring of Frost, so we're going to see the attempt to just use that Mosh Pit as a setup and then immediately go straight for that burst damage that we can dish out. They get the Punisher. It's level 10 versus level 10, and that is now really the time when the Sandwich Monkeys have to show what they're made of. They really have to show what they're made of, and that they can combo those abilities well enough to really make a difference here. Punisher already baited in, jumping in deep. Great map actually for this. I actually really love that we have the map working a little bit different than the other maps that work, and the Punisher is already a nuisance in Diablo 3, but now they are also a pain in the butt here on Infernal Shrines. So now wombo combo potential here for the two teams. Starting to move around once again. BKB on the move up to the top. We're having Zarmany there as well. Blade is attempting to move in from the side with the rest of the team. Leoric is the only one who's not with them at this point. Hydra jumps away, gets an Ancestral Healing, and they go for Sport Billy. Again, the Pigs in Blankets. Crazy. The Mosh Pit is also there, but Blade might pay with his life for it. No, he does not. He moves away. They zone for him, and they get the double kill. 7 kills against 0, and they don't stop there. They go for Diablo to drop an 8th hero. Great play. The Pigs in Blankets with absolute... I mean, this is insane. They are playing a crazy good match here. Really good. Leoric during the entire time was in the mid lane. He got more experience for his team, but Snow already realized that he couldn't really help out at the top. So now it's 8 kills against 0. They're a level behind, and this is starting to really spell trouble for the Sandwich Monkeys. They struggled in the last game, but they secured the victory. They are now 1 ahead. Oh, I just realized, sorry guys, my bad. I just realized that the overlay is actually not correct. The pigs in blankets, they lost the game. So my apologies for that. It was a little bit late on it. But yeah, we have, of course, the 1-0 lead for the Sandwich Monkeys. Fixed now. Yeah, didn't realize that, sorry. So, Sandwich Monkeys, they actually won the first game. They are ahead right now, but if the Piggies continue to play like this, they would tie the series and force a third game here. So that would be pretty incredible. Linked, Nick, Wolf, Joe, Blade, they are all up at the bot lane, maybe with a kill against Snow. They're trying to, but the Wraith Walk is still available, so he can just simply move away, and that's exactly what he currently does. So, job well done. Nick, Blade, and Linked currently, again, going for another cap. Level 13 is going to be faster for them. That should help them with the Shrine that just activated up at the top lane. It's a bit of an early start that we're seeing for the Sandwich Monkeys here, but that level 13 talent, that in itself is already a massive lead. So unless they're willing to fight 12 against 13, they should probably move away from this one, because there's no chance that they're going to get this in time. That's just not going to happen. They get a couple of minions, a couple of those, that is not too bad. So they get those, they are at 17 right now, but it's still half a level that they're missing until they have the extra talent. And here comes the move in again, they go for 80 Artie, well, 80 who? 80 Artie already dead, dropped, and there's the double kill. 10 kills against 0 against the Sandwich Monkeys. What's going on with those pigs in blankets? I mean, these guys are insane. This is getting like really crazy. I mean, right now they are completely demolishing the opponent. On the prowl, taken on 13 for Greymane. We have face smelt taken, and we are also seeing now again the shield on level 13 for Rhaegar falling. The shield just super strong. A lot of heroes, a lot of players go more into the cooldown reduction on the heal, but in this case it's all about the shields. With the two frontliners and especially Muradin, the shield can give you a whole lot of hit points. The Punisher is moving through again. It is an arcane Punisher, and they're already looking at another potential kill here. Waiting for a rotation. Nah, they go for the camp. They're going to go and time that, and there's of course very little that the Sandwich Monkeys can really do about it. Are they going to go in for it? It seems like they might, but no, not quite. They have the level 13 talent now though, and after Fire, the Fire Devil, we have now the Fire Storm taken. Also Crushing Hope, Mutalisk, and Reyna. Giant Killer would be the choice that we would expect here, and yes, it is. Overflowing Light, Giant Killer, and he needs to go for that extra damage. Reyna, by the way, at 17 extra damage thanks to Seasoned Marksman now in the setup. And here comes the Punisher, jumping in, and we are already stalking Keep here. We're 11 minutes in and we are talking Keep at this point. But Punisher has been eliminated, and they got at least one tower, 2 towers out of this. Once again, the extra damage on the cocktail, making it happen. But yeah, the Sandwich Monkeys, I mean, they are in so much trouble right now. They are under a lot of pressure. They're 2 levels behind right now. Exactly 2 levels. So it's all for them about like either going into a fight now or waiting until level 16, which they're probably very unwilling to do, since it would also mean that the next Shrine fight is going to happen on a talent advantage for the Pigs in Blankets again. And that would be another problem. So already in the middle of the map, yeah, Blade is there. BKB, the team is starting to rotate down. They could try and take maybe even like one of the camps away. The problem is that there's not too many camps available. This is the only one that they can safely get to the right side. They can't really be as greedy as moving in here and take this one if they don't want to fight against the level 16s that has by now been dropped into the hands of the Piggies. So now we have Concentrated Blast, Northern Exposure, the Stone Form also ready, and Rhaegar going into that extra damage on the Lightning Shield versus Heroes. Here on level 16. Keep in mind, by the way, that the Lightning Bond on level 1 does only give you an untalented version of the Lightning Shield. So these extra talents that have been taken do not affect that Lightning Shield that Rhaegar himself gets when he uses Lightning Shield on somebody else. It is still great if you want to, of course, like get some siege damage in. So that's one of the things that is very, very strong with this particular setup. And I mean, we can talk about numbers also as well a little bit. Rhaegar currently, in terms of siege damage, still at 26,000. We're having him with 20,000 heals. Tyrande only at 10,000 heal. And that, of course, once again just showcasing how heal is a lot weaker if you don't have that cooldown reduction that the Owl build gives you. Cooldown reduction with Empower and Pierce is incredibly powerful if you want to make sure that you get a massive amount of healing out of Tyrande. But now that she has her level 13 talent, she might be able to put a few more numbers onto the table. Greybane, 20,000 damage, 15,000 for Zagara, the 2 top damage dealers in the game thus far. Still 10 kills against 0 though. And another shrine is about to be activated and a half a level missing before the Sandwich Monkeys can really fight here. They're going to try and get that by eliminating the wave down to the bottom of the map. And we have now also, with the shrine active, Pigs and Blankets in an earlier position here, getting those minions. The stacks are currently at 12 against 13. No level 16 yet, but it feels very much like we're going to see the Sandwich Monkeys trying to fight here. They have Rain and Leoric still in the middle, trying to make a difference here in experience, trying to get that wave. They will hit that level 2 soon, and there it is. Bullseye taken immediately. Once again, Unyielding Despair after the Crushing Hope. The True Shot Aura for Tyrande, the extra damage for her, and the Brute Expansion for Zagara. So this is the moment where they really have to fight. Rampage for Diablo. Diablo trying to move in already. 37 versus 15, the stacks count. And of course that should mean that even with a couple of AoE pokes, the Piggies are going to secure another Punisher for themselves. Yeah, they move in, they take the Frozen Punisher, and they go for Diablo as well. They don't only stop there, Diablo is down. Wow. Oh my god. Like, Diablo is actually like thrown throughout the entire map nearly. So he is dead. Kill number 11. Didn't even have enough souls to come back into it. So now we have 17 versus 16. Another Punisher going through the bot lane this time. Eliminating the 4, dropping experience points more and more into the hands of the Pigs and Blankets. And they are super far ahead right now. They move in against the gate now. 17 seconds until Diablo is going to be back. And things are starting to look rather grim for the Sandwich Monkeys in the second game. Here comes the Hyperion, moving through already. The Punisher is on the way. And we have Blade plus Link taking the wall down and then moving back. They don't want to overextend here. They only have a stat lead. They don't have a talent lead just yet. But there's camps to take on the map, and quite a few of them. 3 in total that they can go for. And that's exactly what they're currently trying to do. Already with the move in, take the first one away. They have another one to the left side where they can now claim the second Khazra camp. But there is ETC being captured using the mosh pit. Oh, more an Apocalypse. Oh my god. Tyrande is down in the backline. More an Apocalypse. Very, very badly timed here by the Sandwich Monkeys. Ah, that is unfortunate for them. They get another double kill against themselves. Down go not only Reyna but also Tyrande. And oh my god, Leoric is dead as well. 14 kills against 0, and now BKB might fall again as well. Yeah, if he jumps in, Linked is trying to go in, well, he's not close enough. They can't get Diablo, it seems. No, they can. Hydra is there, and the cocktail eliminates the Lord of Terror. So this is 15 kills against 0 in the first heat in the game. At first, like that great Entomb Blade trying to counter it with a mosh pit, he gets stunned out immediately, but then unfortunately as Apocalypse comes down, that morph from AERD, which was just like neglecting or negating the entire effect that Apocalypse was supposed to have. So now it's 19.5 versus 16. They have another camp that they can take down here at the bottom, which is exactly what they're going for. And with this camp now about to be taken, they will also hit level 20 super soon. I mean, this is a bit of more experience. They need one more wave, maybe 2, and then they're going to get the additional talent. So that's all that they need to do for now. Great play here on the side of the Pigs and Blankets, and they are playing an incredible match now. Not a single kill for the Sandwich Monkeys. I can't even remember when that happened for the last time. Hydra is already there, busy up at the top, trying to get another one as well. And yeah, this is going to be the end, of course, of this camp. That's level 20 now as well. And another Punisher on the map that would go straight for keep 2, since the fort at the top lane has been eliminated as well a little bit earlier here today already. So we have, again, the Hunter's Blunderbuss taken. We're seeing a double Bolt of the Storm, one on ETC, the other one on Jaina. And we have now also Storm Shield taken and the Hardened Shield. So yeah, great moves on the side of the Piggies. They're going to get another Arcane Punisher, by the way, if they go for it. But apparently they're trying to... What are they trying to do? Move in and take that keep together with a camp? I don't really think so. I mean, there's very little for them to do, as long there's a bit of a trade in the mid lane that's going on right now. But it's not going to be too crazy. It's going to be a fort for that tribute. Yeah, Blade is starting to help the camp out a little bit to push this in already earlier and drain a bit of the ammunition and maybe put a bit of damage on. ADRD moved in to try and defend against it. But now we have that thing nearly taken. The Arcane Punisher is going to be ready like any moment at this point. And once that happens, it's going to be, of course, a massive lead that they have here. And it's going to mean keep. I mean, keep or core? That's the only question here. Can you go for the core at this point? Can they really like move through, maybe get a kill and then core it? Because they have that 20, and that alone is of course already incredibly strong. Having that Punisher helping you out 18 minutes into the game is not a joke either. So right now they could theoretically go through the keep and then head straight for the core if they get a kill or two. And that's of course what they're going to try and do. Again, the jump against BKB. Punisher is already on the way into the middle of the map, moving straight, and they probably don't like that too much. Great bait actually from the Sandwich Monkeys. That was definitely an intentional bait against the Punisher, and that drops it very early. The keep is still down, but with this situation, it looks like they are not really willing to go for another big fight here, even with a level 20 talent. They're just saying like, alright, you know what? We move back for now, and we just make sure that we get the camps in the mid lane, and then we take it from there. Take those camps over here, make sure that we get a good shot at this, and take the rest of the camps, maybe force a fight before they hit level 20, and if not, then just go again for a fight on the Immortal and just like rely on our strength here. We have 15 kills against 0. We already eliminated. Oh, they go for ADRD! Oh, and they're gonna get him, aren't they? Yes, they eliminate ADRD. They can still take the camp here. They were going for a mosh pit attempt there too, but Blade didn't really get too much in. Now once again, the Auric is being pushed back a little bit. It's a 4 versus 5 with level 20s ready. Are they gonna try and finish the game here? They have a camp that they can still take, but they're already on the way. Yeah, they're on the way to drop one of the towers. Still level 19 versus level 21, and they're thinking about it. They want to go for core. They have 37 seconds. Very little combo potential now without Cigar right here. Here comes the Hyperion. Once again, they're moving in, and Reyna is down. Apocalypse is good. Maybe a kill, and yes, it is Greymane that dies, but the core is down to 70% already. The Piggies, they are going for game number 3. They're going to make it happen. Game number 3 in the winner bracket final. We are going to see it happen as we have the kill against the core. The Pigs in Blankets tying the series up against the Sandwich Monkeys. Great play, actually. Good job by the Piggies, and we are going straight into game number 3. Alright everybody, the game is starting up. We have our last game between the Pigs in Blankets and the Sandwich Monkeys. Once again, I apologize for my voice. I know that it already got a lot worse over the last game, and well, we have one more map that we have to go through, and we're definitely gonna see that through, I can promise you that much. Keep in mind that here in the draft, of course, Li Ming and Stitches are both still banned. I'm repeating it, of course. A lot of people tune in a bit later here, or skip even like earlier drafts. For now, we have, again, Thrall and Zagara banned. Sky Temple is our map, means Rhaegar is allowed, and gets through the draft, of course. So for the Sandwich Monkeys, we could actually see an early lockdown on Greymane again, considering how important Greymane has become to a lot of these teams. We've seen Greymane in more or less every game today. Not quite, but at least I would say at like 90% of them, and sometimes even as a very early pick. And well, as I say it, I mean, here's Greymane once more. So you can really see that throughout the tournament, teams realize that if they really want to play with Greymane, they have to lock him down much faster. So the Worgen is really getting the damage in, and that is incredibly cool for us, of course, since I think he has a very fun playstyle, and he's very cool to observe as well, like going from like the rain form into melee mode in Worgen form and immediately taking them down. So that's actually like really cool. For now, Sandwich Monkeys, they need another hero, and well, there's a couple of heroes that they could still rely upon. Fawcett, for example, is available, that has been banned on a lot of the games earlier. We have them with a Jaina lockdown, though. I think this is something that we're going to observe a little bit more often in the near future, that Jaina will see a bit more play than maybe even Kel'Thas, since of course she got buffed, Kel'Thas nerfed. Teams are going to adapt to that again and drop Jaina more often. On some other regions, that's already the case. For example, if you look at the Chinese meta, then Jaina has always been a high priority for them. The Pigs in Blankets right now, they can lock down that false stat that has been banned out in a lot of these games, and I really think they should in this particular scenario now. They have with Rhaegar a great hero. Now the question is, of course, once again, do they want to use Tacita as a second support like they did in the past, or do they want to play that Rhaegar as a solo support here? If you want to go for like a melee assassin style, maybe like with an Illidan or with a Sonya, then that Tacita would be a very good addition. But first of all, they seem to be very eager to get that ETC now locked in. And ETC can be very strong for them. They played them already. And for the Sandwich Monkeys now, of course, the question, what do you ban? Tacita is a good ban that they can go for. Falstad has been picked, so that's not really an option. You can't deny that damage potential here anymore. Kel'Thas could also be something that they're thinking about banning out, since they already secured Jaina, so they could get rid of him first of all. There's probably like the two best bans that they have, unless they want to ban a little bit more at the front line here. But these two heroes definitely add a lot of potential for like synergy with those heroes there. Then again, we could see a ban on Sonya if we would want to go for a third hero. Rough, baby. Dude, thank you. Thanks, bro. Yeah, so Sonya could also be a potential ban. That might work out for them. At least with Rhaegar and the Lightning Shield.
Hope your voice doesn't go. Here's the change for some TD.
Yeah, I had already 2 liters of tea today, like more than that actually, and they seem to ban Kel'Thas. Like I ran out again. I can't believe that I drank this much tea and it doesn't have an effect anymore. But yeah, thank you very much for the support, bro. And I hope that my voice will survive the 3rd game. Originally I planned on casting a loser bracket match, at least one of them as well, but that's not gonna happen. The last game made me realize that. I think if you actually like listen to the beginning of game 1 and when we're done here at the end of game 3, you are probably going to hear a huge difference. So Zagara, as I said, was banned early. The Pigs and Blankets, now they have to think about what they ban against the Sandwich Monkeys. Oh, they apparently don't want to play with that Sonya, so they ban her out instead. It still allows for an Illidan that Sandwich Monkeys have played before. The problem is that a lot of supports that you would usually play with Illidan are already taken away. If they want to play Illidan, then I suppose they have to pick... I guess Uther or Charism, like Divine Shield or Palm would probably be what they need in that case, if they really want to risk it. They have played it in the past, but usually it was very different setups, but they also had a Tacita, and I just don't see them to go into a double support and an Illidan and not run like a tank, so they need something. But there's that Tacita. Tacita could be, of course, also their solo support. The Sandwich Monkeys are known to play Tacita solo support a lot. The team that wins this map goes to Katowice, and the Sandwich Monkeys, they have been in the finals, or in the final match, for qualifying quite a bit, but they have never really made that leap yet, and now they are going up against Pigs and Blankets, which a lot of people thought would be an easy win for them, but it looks very much like it's going to be the opposite. So far the Pigs have given them like a run for their money, and game 1 was incredibly close. Game 2 not so much, I want to say, but well, the Pigs destroying them there. The one thing that I'm wondering about the entire time is if it theoretically could result in even a Tyrande for the Pigs in Blankets, etc, Tyrande and Rhaegar. But I think that would just be a little bit too much. I mean, Sandwich Monkeys with a Muradin, I like that choice here. I really feel it strong. You need someone at the front line. I could have seen a Johanna. Johanna would have been alright. I don't really think that with this setup here in particular that they run the Diablo this early on would have been a good choice. But going into a very heavy frontliner, that makes a whole lot of sense. And Muradin and also Johanna are probably your best bet there. So at the same time now, for Pigs and Blankets, Facebook. Blabloop, thank you very much for that. Pigs and Blankets, last 2 picks for them. And yeah.
Ratio farm, smiley face.
Ratio farm, yeah. I already have some medicine here, so don't worry. I should be fine on Monday when Enter the Storm continues with the finals. That should be alright. Yeah, so the Pigs and Blankets. I mean, they still, like, in this case right now, with Tacita taken away, so Rhaegar Tacita not possible anymore, I really feel like they need another frontliner, and I really feel they need a little bit more damage. And they are running down their time pool very hard. So they need to at least drop the damage dealer now. And I could see a Vala here. I could also see them go into... Oh my god, they actually do it. They play that Illidan. We've been thinking about Illidan. I've been mentioning it a couple of times, and they actually do it. I did not think that they would commit to it. Muradin, of course, with the Reverberation build, can slow Illidan's auto attacks down quite a bit. And now the only question, what do you run in next to Illidan? Illidan ETC, Falstad in the back. Do you drop that Vala? Do you drop something like it? I mean, you could also take... Oh, they go for another frontliner. They go for a Nubarak. Wow, I am loving it. Cocoon, maybe, being played here to annihilate one of those frontliners, to maybe lock Muradin down. They go for a Nubarak. Guys, this is awesome. Like, the entire series was already a pleasure to cast. Now we're seeing a Nubarak as well, together with an Illidan. They can jump the back line so hard. And the Sandwich Monkeys, how do you react to that? I mean, do they drop maybe a second healer? Do they drop something like a Sylvanas for the silence, for example, which was for the longest time counterplay? Brightwing as the heal? If you really feel that you need that double support now that you're up against this combo, you can use Brightwing with a Polymorph as additional heals next to Tacita, global presence on the map, and make sure that you just like get some vision out as well. Brightwing is actually a solid option if you want to go into the double support style now instead. You could think about the Tyrande as well. There's a Jaina, there's a Muradin. Lockdown, extra damage, drop them in. That's really something that they can do. Is it going to be like Karazim? Seems like it. Alright, Karazim is going to be Vino. Dude, cheers and thank you all as well for the support here. Just at the end of our draft.
The raspy voice makes you even sexier. Play through the pain.
Play through the pain, yeah, I will try. But yeah, the Karazim is actually like an interesting choice here, I must say, because Tyrande would have allowed them to try and burst it down a little bit faster. Karazim can escape a little bit easier, adds also the heals, but what else does he really bring to the table? It's not too much. It's 7-sided strike, but I don't really feel like it's going to be enough for them. So if they would have chosen, on the other hand, Brightwing, they have a polymorph against ETC Moshpit, they have a polymorph against Illidan, and that would maybe help. I'm not quite sure if I really like Karazim against this combo. In general, here I like that they go for a Karazim, but I really feel like against this particular composition, it might have been better to go for one of the alternatives. I mean, we're going to find out now together. We're going to go into the last game, the Sandwich Monkeys against the Pigs in Blankets. So guys, prepare yourself because this is going to be the last map. The winner of this one goes to Katowice. The last game in the series, the deciding game between the Sandwich Monkeys and the Pigs in Blanket. To the left side of the map, we have the Sandwich Monkeys with BKB on Muradin, ADRD on Tacita, Greymane is played by Zarmani, we have Sportbilly on Karazim, and Snow on Jaina. And to the right side of the map, Linked on Rhaegar, Hydra on Illidan, and we are seeing now also Nick on Falstad, Wolfjaw on Uberak, and Blade on ETC. So a pretty sweet draft, actually, for our third and final map in this best-of-3 series. The winner of this goes to Katowice, qualifies for the offline finals, and I'm actually like very eager to see how exactly, especially that Monk is going to come into play. As we had the Monk on the last pick for the draft, I really expected a Brightwing or Tyrande to try and just like counteract Illidan a little bit with a Polymorph, have also a tool against the potential Moshpit on ETC. But right now they're going for that Karazim, which will add a lot of heals, but can he really be what they need against this Illidan and Uberak comp that is, of course, designed to jump the backline and go straight for it. Right now, that being said, we have also a Falstad, of course, with the Season Marksman stacks again. We are also seeing Illidan going straight into the Shadow Shield in level 1 and the Electric Charge, actually. Now, that's an adjustment that I've already been talking about quite a bit. If you look at the entire setup with Rhaegar today, oh, nice body blocks here. Snow taken out, first kill already against them. But yeah, if you actually look at the entire setup that we had so far with Rhaegar, then it was mostly the the lightning bond that was taken. But now that you run a melee assassin, it makes so much sense to go into the electric charge instead, just because you have Illidan in the backline the entire time, and going then for the radius increase is absolutely exceptional. And it's one of the adjustments that is really made towards the map and also the hero setup that they have. In every other game, Rhaegar has played the lightning bond here, so once again, cool to see that Blizzard has managed to just give Rhaegar talents on level 1 where a lot of them are viable, and it depends just on what exactly you play, what kind of setup you have for yourself. Yeah, Illidan is jumping on Zarmani. Oh, Snow is isolated. Yeah, well, he didn't see that coming. They were trying to go for Illidan, not the other way around. Suddenly there's a rotation at the bottom. Zarmani and everybody else is safe though. They're pushing them back, so they are fine for now. Of course, temples are active on the map now as well, and with that we are having in the mid lane Sportby already claiming the first one. That's one of the cool things about Karazim. He can easily take a temple on his own, just with the self-sustain that he has. There's absolutely no problem for him. And Uberak up at the top lane went into the Regeneration Master as the first talent. We're still seeing Zarmani and Hydra going up against each other down at the bot lane. Keep in mind that those towers by now did 50% more damage against heroes, so you can't really go that deep anymore without being punished for it. Talking about punishing things, up at the top, looks like we are going to maybe even see an attack against this. No, Illidan goes down at the bot lane. Wow. One-on-one victory for Zarmani here. Once again, unleashing the Worgen here. And with that, they have the first kill in the game. Well, the first kill for them. But of course, it's an even trade now overall. But Jaina dying again. Now Falstad flying in, and they're trying to get a second kill out of this. But yeah, mid lane, Shrine or Temple is still controlled by them. Currently a Uberak with a Legion of Beetles on level 4. And also now then extra talent for Karazim, who went straight into the Healing Ward. Snowstorm for Jaina after going into the Lingering Chill as the level 1 talent. We're still seeing now also on level 4, the Immolation, pretty standard Illidan build, nothing out of the ordinary. It's like the go-to build for the hero. And Hydra now, of course, he has to be careful down here. Tacita waiting with his choice on level 4. Not going Leeching Plasma just yet. Are they going to make a couple of adjustments here? They have a double support. There's absolutely no problem with him, for example, even going for Mule, even though then you would, of course, drop Karla's Embrace, which is a great talent to take. So that's something to think about as well. Up to the top lane, currently we see BKB and Wolf Joe still in position against each other. And down to the bottom of the map, yeah, there's Hydra already. Snow in position as well, trying to help out with the Siege Giants that are being taken over here. One simple Blizzard drop is all that he really needs to do. Doesn't even bother with that. Well, there we have a bit of damage in. So we have the Healing Ward. Double Healing Ward actually taken. Massive sustain on the team right now. Massive sustain for the Sandwich Monkeys. Both of the teams now with their own Siege Giant camp moving towards the bot lane slowly and steadily. The next temple is of course going to activate there, which is going to be the most important part for these guys. Snow and Sport Billy are already there. ADRD in position as well. And yep, they're starting to move in for this. They're actually trying to pressure through the wall here. And that Siege Giant camp is already gone. It's a try versus try lane right now. But level 7 has slightly faster for the Sandwich Monkeys. Nothing too crazy. And yes, it is there. The call down Mule has been taken. Mule OP. Alright, cool. So we see the Mule as an adjustment. No Karla's Embrace. Echo of Heaven, Frostbitten, and the Piercing Bolt. And we have, on the other hand, then the Bed of Barbs taken for Anubarak. A bit of a few new icons here on Anubarak as well. Blizzard, of course, has updated a lot of the talent pictures. And for Rhaegar, I don't really think that you necessarily need to go... He could go Blood and Thunder here for sure. You can go Cleanse, I suppose. I mean, there's a few stuns around, but not too many. Blood and Thunder would probably be the better option here for Rhaegar in this case. And I think that's also what we're going to see in just a little bit. That being said, Sport Billy and Blade down to the bot lane, still dancing that little dance here. Illidan by now rotated to the top, Urave is currently helping out. And there's the Mule in play, trying to just like repair the fort. But of course, with that temple now activated at the bot lane, they have to start rotating down if you really want to catch this. And ETC is still going up against Karazhan here. Nobody else is moving down. Cleanse taken for Rhaegar, not going for Blood and Thunder. No cooldown reduction for him. Illidan, of course, going to be a lot stronger over the duration of the game here. Once that he has a level 13 talent, can dodge ability damage. That's going to be pretty amazing for him as well. And that lightning shield on him is going to be one of the key elements of this draft that we are seeing for the Pigs in Blankets. The Piggies need to be careful here, but they got a few of the shots in on the temple already. Everybody rotating down. The Piggies are running that false stat, so they can use that Grey Healing Wall placement here to the left. Very well done. They can use that now, just heal a few of those heroes up. But once again, the Piggies retreating. They're just now starting to move in, looking for Sport Billy. There's Blade as well, level 9 versus level 9. Potential kill here, maybe even. They could try and go for ADRD at the front, block him down a little bit. That's exactly what they do. BKB is also there, stunning out Anubarak. Oh, there comes that follow-up, and he immediately borrow charges out of the array. Great play here. Well done by the Sandwich Monkeys, getting that Jaina damage in after the Storm Bolt. That was incredibly important. Once again, they're jumping in. ADRD needs to be super careful here, but he has this dimensional shift ready, so he can escape. And down to the bottom of the map again, BKB in a bit of trouble. They're fighting for those shots. Every single shot counts right now, and they really start to drop those towers. The Mule is down, so that means they have to take that tower now if they really want to make sure that it drops, because if not, the next Mule is going to heal it up again, just going to repair it. But level 10 is going to be so much faster now for the Sandwich Monkeys. And the Sandwich Monkeys play a great game here at this point. And they have the earlier level 10, they also contested that temple at the bot lane. They got a lot of the damage in, and that Mule can really do a whole lot of work for them. So the healing power is there, but Illidan hasn't really gone full ham just yet. They did not unleash the hunt, really. Or, well, not the hunt as a talent, but like Illidan just like trying to hunt them down. 7-sided strike, indeed taken for Karazhan. We were thinking about this in the draft. The Storm and Water Elemental here, a little bit more control against Illidan. That can be quite nice when you actually can slow him down. We have also Cocoon taken, and we're seeing here Ancestral Healing and the Metamorphosis. Level 11 versus level 10. Here comes once again the go up against Muradin. Muradin in a bit of trouble. Illidan is not there yet. He's still getting experience in the middle. Everybody else is starting to move straight through the right. It's 1 kill against 2 so far. Not really a big deal. Jaina died twice, so she's one of the priority targets here, of course. Once again, we're having the teams starting to move to the bot lane here, because we have a few more camps that can push this in. Falset, the only one who's still holding the top, securing vision for his team, and also attempting to get more experience. That's of course one of the things that they have to exploit. They need to try and use Falset in a way that they get the extra experience, that he joins the fights a little bit late, and forces then the experience lead for his team so that they get maybe a talent advantage at some point. He can also use the Mighty Gust then to just like zone opponents out, get maybe even the kill on not a kill, but like get a lockdown on that particular boss down here in the middle of the map. So that would be great if you can see that away with the Mighty Gust. Doesn't really happen all that often anymore. Most of the teams by now are fully aware of the threat and react appropriately. But now we have 2 more temples up, and this game is really like very little kills so far, very little big fights, but very intense in the sense that whoever loses here is in the losers bracket. Not out of the tournament, has still a chance to qualify for Katowice, but still, this is incredibly important for both of them. Nobody wants to go through the loser bracket at this point. They both want to qualify right now and make it happen. Here comes once again. Oh, the cocoon used. They used the cocoon already. Illidan with a lightning shield jumps in. Snow is low. Mosh Pit is there, and they kill against Tassadar. They go for Muradin. Nice answers leading to keep EPC alive. They go for Muradin once again, but it's only 1 kill for now. And Hydra has actually to move away. Zarmany was on his heels and trying to take him down there, but Illidan is actually looking really solid here with his wings. He has received a bit of an update recently as well, of course, when it comes to his graphics. Now we're having everybody moving down to the bottom. Time bought already for the Sandwich Monkeys. Tassadar's going to be back in a few more seconds. BKB can jump out. Sport Billy can't, though. He dashes away. And that was close. It was a very close call. It looked like he would die there. So they soaked the additional shots down at the bottom. Of course, there was another mule that repaired the tower. But now they're going to get the full duration this time. Illidan is there. He can take this solo quite easily. Up here at the top, on the other hand, Snow and Sport Billy also securing a few of those shots for their own team. Both of the teams aiming for the level 13 right now, and they're going to get very close with this. Illidan still at the bottom. Mighty Gust used. Nick on Fawcett in a bit of trouble. Cocoon used again. They go for Sport Billy once more. Drop him low. They want to get their kill, but the Cocoon time is over. And now the turnaround attempt. Illidan is finally there. He's jumping in, but ETC is already down. Illidan is a bit too late for it. He's still trying to drop Zarmany. He's very close to actually successfully taking him down. Metamorphosis is going to be up in like another 2 seconds, but Rhaegar is dead now too. And that's a double kill that we are seeing for the Sandwich Monkeys. 13 talents for both of the teams now. The extra shield for Illidan here, the Earth Shield, but the fort in the mid lane is destroyed, and the Sandwich Monkeys are getting farther and farther ahead. The sustain that they have here and the rotations on the map are working out for them. Running wild, again chosen here by Zarmany. Up to the top lane, we already see another one of these forts being attacked, and there is no mule available for the piggies. The pigs in blankets, they're starting to fall slightly behind here, and also Icy Veins now for Jaina. Cooldown reduction and even more potential burst for her. Great actually to see that. They're going full damage on it. They're actually just saying like, alright, let's go for a 7-sided strike. If Illidan jumps the backline, we're going to unleash that immediately. Jaina is going to drop as much damage as she can, and if Muradin locks down that bastard with a quick hammer, then he is going to be out of the game in seconds. So Illidan has to be very careful where he jumps in, even with that lightning shield that gives him so much potential escape now. 6 stands has been taken, Giant Killer, Spell Shield, and Showstopper. 21 of those additional Season Marksman stacks are now claimed. So pretty solid, pretty normal actually for him with that. We're having kills, 3 against 3 after those kills that we just saw for the Sandwich Monkeys, and they really want this victory. They have all of their keeps still up, all of their forts are still up. They use that mule over and over again, drop it, repair the structures, and they already took down 2 of the forts of the opponent and brought one of them very low to mainly like 30% HP maybe. So great moves here from the Sandwich Monkeys. If they can secure that level 16 before the next temple appears, that would be great for them. Bot lane is being pressured now as well. Every hit point counts here. Once that you take down those structures, the keeps are going to be more or less forfeit. Illidan is there, and he's actually like looking at the boss for a second. I highly know why. They're actually going for it. They see 3 heroes at the top lane thanks to the wave, and they go for boss. But everybody rotates down. Sport Billy already, he knows what's happening. He knows what's happening. They're trying to go for it. Are they fast enough? That's the only question. Mighty Gust is up. They have the Mighty Gust. The 16 talent isn't there yet. The boss is still available though. It's all about the Mighty Gust right now. Cocoon being used. They bursted away. They're moving in, but here comes the Mighty Gust. Boss is taken. Boss is taken. Great move by the Pigs in Blankets. Very well played here. Level 16 talent now with a stone form. We're seeing also the cocktail build for the Worgen, for Greymane continued. The Mule already dropped. And of course the Circle of Life plus the Northern Exposure. It was a great timing for the boss as well. But it's going to be bursted down way too fast. Mule destroyed, but yeah, the boss did not go through the keep or through the fort. But now we have of course those two temples up as well. And the move into the middle of the map happening immediately. Sandwich Monkeys with a very nice defense here. doing this really well. Of course, on level 13, the adjustment on Tacita with the Shrink Ray, making sure that he gets that up against Illidan, and then still the Dimensional Warp later on, and now it's 16 versus 16. So the Piggies, with a pretty cool move here, buying themselves a lot of time to get the extra experience, thanks to their boss that they were able to sneak in. Was of course a bit risky, but they saw 3 heroes at the top lane and figured that they had enough time to take it, and also of course Mighty Gus ready. Double blood for blood, Anubarak and Illidan going for it, and the temple being fought over once again. Speed medal taken for ETC for a bit more burst here, for a bit more speed. They're starting to move in. BKB is extremely low though, but he has his cooldown ready. He can go Avatar and Stone Form. There's still a few of those healing wards in the back, and the heals are there, shields as well. ADRD, are they going to really abandon that temple? It looks like they do. Temple is already too low, so they have instead Sport Billy up at the top, and that eliminated the first fort for the Sandwich Monkeys. The first one that was actually killed. First one that got destroyed, and once again the jump up at the top. ADRD already there, Sport Billy low. Here comes ETC, and with a mosh pit right away, a 7-sided strike used. No kill just yet. Snow is low and Snow is down. Yes, great Cocoon once again against Muradin. No stuns from him, but now he's starting to move in, and they're attempting to get another one, but Zarmony is dead, and Sport Billy attacked. Sport Billy! Wow, shielded and gets away, but it's a 4 versus 3. We saw Rhaegar die as well, and that's the healer out of commission, of course. That's a problem, but well, it happens on the other side as well. Karazin is down, BKB is just getting pushed around the entire time here. Nice, and eliminated too. Great force walls during the entire fight that we've actually seen there, but the last one that took Muradin out. ADRD with great force walls in the game, but this last one that killed his teammate. He was trying to just drive a wedge between him and the opponent, but actually he locked Muradin down, and now it's a quad kill against them. Hydra moves down. They're starting to take a few of the camps away. Level 18 for the Pigs in Blankets. Amazing play here by them. Unbelievable. Going into the tournament, if anybody would have said, yeah, the Pigs in Blankets are going to lead in the 3rd game against the Sandwich Monkeys in the winner bracket final, everybody would have called them crazy. They are really showing how strong they are right now. Experienced players on the new team, Linked, Blaze, Hydra, all of them starting now to move down to the bot lane. And Ubarak, the only one up at the top. He has to move back, of course, but they are going for another camp, or will at least soon. Wolf Joe is there, and now they're also playing the 2nd Siege Giant camp. The Sandwich Monkeys, they're struggling now a little bit. They actually had a pretty decent start into the game, but at this point they are behind. They are behind in experience, they are behind in kills, and they have to make something happen. They lost all of their forts, so did the opponent. So in terms of structures, they are still a little bit ahead. All of their structures are still fairly in good shape. 1 tower down in the top lane, 1 tower down in the mid lane, and, well, 1 tower already attacked at the bot lane. So a slight advantage in structures, but still in experience. They are behind. They want to go for level 20, of course, as fast as they can. They have currently, in terms of like damage output, Greymane again, 43,000 in hero damage, 81,000 in siege. Just take a closer look at that fall stat. 31,000 on him as well, and we have him with 33 season marksman stacks already. Looking strong here. And he hasn't died yet, neither did Anubarak. 2 heroes in the game that have not died at this point. Nice. Using that storm, trying to find out what exactly is happening over there, and they see the little trap that was set up against them. Once again, they are all trying to like de-push the lanes, and all in all, it's just level 20 that's interesting right now for the Pigs in Blankets. The Piggies on the move, but another camp taken here towards the left side for the Sandwich Monkeys. They haven't given up, and I mean, no should they. They are in a great position right now to still make a comeback, but they have to hurry with the experience, because that next shrine, that next temple is going to be announced very soon. Hydra even with a pause here, pausing quickly. And well, taking a closer look at the talents again before we're hitting level 20, we have now 1 temple at the bot lane. It's a single temple event as well. That doesn't really make things, of course, any easier for the Sandwich Monkeys, because at this point, it could very well end up in a temple fight on level 20 versus level 19, and that's something that the Sandwich Monkeys simply can't afford. It's so close to level 20 right now. They move on to the top lane. They actually try to get a lockdown kill here. But yeah, they can't really make that happen. And Illidan is already on his way down to the bottom. So the Sandwich Monkeys making apparently the choice to just push instead. They have a big camp that they can use for it. Nope, they move away from it. I don't think that they can't contest the temple. I don't think they can. I mean, they don't have level 20. And level 20 is going to be ready now. So do you really fight this against the Storm Shield, against the Demonic Form, Hardened Shield, and Bolt of the Storm? I doubt it. But what else can you do? I mean, like, they need to make something happen, and they get experience. If they can delay it, then maybe that can help. Illidan awaited, did not go for the temple yet. Falstad still has to depush the top lane and fly down, but the Sandwich Monkeys are in a very tricky spot right now. BKB in particular, like he gets stunned once, twice. Wow, they go straight for him. Stormform activated after Avatar. And here comes ADRD now for the shield as well. Deals this force wall much better now. Trying to just like zone the opponents out. They go for Illidan, try to burst him away, but he gets the heals immediately. Again, we have an immediate mosh pit. Here comes the 7-sided strike. Of course, BKB didn't have the stun ready anymore. And now he is about to fall. Oh, Cocoon also used. They can blow Snow away. And yes, Snow is down, Jaina eliminated. Link taken down by Zarmany though, and he's trying to escape, but he can't. He went deep for the kill, and now he is dead as well. 20 talents are now ready, level 20. And that's of course Transgression after 7-sided strike. The Sandwich Monkeys in trouble, the Piggies. The Piggies about to move in here again. Hardened Shield already taken. Oh god, my throat is killing me. Storm Shield now as well, Hunter's Blunderbuss now, and we have the Bolt of the Storm for Jaina. The Temple is fair game at this point. They can easily move in. They lost Rhaegar, but that's all that they lost. So now we are looking at a 4 versus 3, and Wolfjoe can claim that Temple, and that is going to put an immense amount of pressure onto the bot lane here. Should not really take down the keep. They can always use that mule again. Let's heal that up. But let's see how that's going to work out for them, because now we are seeing another fight about to start. At least they attempt to like look if they can maybe get a kill somehow. They have Transgression up. If they can isolate someone with Stormbolt and use Transgression, they might be in a position where they can actually get a kill out of this. Now it's again a 5 versus 5 once that the Worgen is back to business. But this is definitely a pretty crazy game, or pretty intense game now. 9 kills against 5, and it looks very much like the Pigs in Blankets might be able to make it happen. Like, the Mule is already busy, starting to repair as much as it can. Maybe even like dropped a bit too early. Could have waited there so that they get more repairs against the keep. But yeah, the keep is not gonna fall. That's the most important one for them right now. The keep is not going to fall. It's going to be all good. Once again, Snow is already there. Well, back to business, starting to rotate down. And it is, again, the boss that they are looking at. But I highly doubt that one of the teams is going to start it at this point. So Illidan, he's doing his thing right now. Especially, of course, with that lightning shield jumping into those fights. Vision denied again. And here comes that fight. Oh, yeah, nearly the stun through the boss. Tornado is still in play. Well, not favoring anybody. Yeah, they go once more for BKB, who jumps out with the Dwarf Toss. Moves away as fast as he can. But yeah, things are starting to look a little bit grim for Sandwich. Actually, it's not too bad right now. I mean, they can drop another mule to just like heal the keep up again. It's all about like the boss right now. It's all about like getting the next few temples in. So the team fights, that is really the crucial part. Can you win one of those? Can you get a numeric advantage in the game? Maybe set up a trap like this. Oh, and that is perfect. That's perfect for them. Wolfjoe gets away though. Falstad was immediately there trying to use the Mighty Gust. Well, would have if he had to, which he didn't. But for now, they are also in a position where they just dropped a lot of damage, but also their cooldowns. They used Go for the Throat, and they used 7-sided strike, and they did not get the kill. That's a problem, since all 5 cooldowns are still ready for the Pigs in Blankets. So Anubara getting away is actually like a huge problem here. Illidan is already on his way into the middle. Oh, well, they can still take a few of these balls down, but of course one of the things that's going to be happening as well is that high... Oh, wow, they actually go for boss. They go for boss, even though it's kind of Captain Obvious. And, well, we have still Falstad in a decent position. BKB is, of course, trying to get an angle on him. And they start to zone it back. They don't even have to steal the boss. They just have to make sure that the opponent doesn't get it. So as long as the boss is completely abandoned, that's completely fine for them. There's 2 temples already on the map. Boss is still being attacked, but they have to be careful about Falstad. If BKB can jump at the right moment, that would be all that they need to do here. But besides that, I see very little hope for them to make this happen. Link is being attacked. The boss still not down. Cocoon being used. Spot Billy dashing away. And boss is about to fall. The boss is actually down, and they steal it. They go in and take that boss away. No Mighty Gust anymore available, and therefore boss in the hands of the Sandwich Monkeys. They are making their play now, and they still go for a kill. They go for Illidan. He uses once again his demonic form here. Jumps in BKB. Everybody's low around him, but he himself, he needs the support, and he has to move away since the team is not really in full health. There is still 2 of those temples on the map, and with that boss barreling down the bot lane 22 minutes into the game, these temples should be taken both by the Sandwich Monkeys. The Sandwich Monkeys, they're going for it. They're moving in right now. They're trying to make it happen at this point. That's the first shots into the middle. There's no mule for the red team, as I already said before. Boss is being defended against. It's still there, still going through the structure, still taking them down. But here's the double temple event. And this is starting to put incredible pressure on both of those keeps. Once again, we have 4 heroes in the middle. They're trying to go for a kill. They're trying to go for Tacita. BKB is moving away as well. Tacita once again with the wall. Now they're moving away. Cocoon used once again against Muradin. They're trying to get that tank out. It's a single tank setup that we are seeing for the Sandwich Monkeys. So isolating the tank is great. Transgression used for the damage. Wolfjoy is low. The mosh pit. The mosh pit is there, but it's not doing enough. Blade is still on the move, trying to take down Snow if he can. Snow, on the other hand, dishing out the damage too, but Jaina is dead. Again, no frost armor, whatever. No ice block on level 13. The kill against Illidan, that was a big one. That was a really big one. They get Morega. Linked is down. But yeah, ice block on Jaina definitely would have helped her in 1 or 2 situations here, but they wanted Icy Veins for the extra damage, and Wolfjoy is eliminated as well. Oh, TSaM, they are going for it. They have the lockdown against 3 of the heroes, and now they can go for those shrines again, for those temples, get those shots, drop the keeps, drop the structures, get something out of this, maybe get a few of the camps as well. We are 23 minutes into the game. First game lasted more than 30 minutes, and right now they're already starting to move in. The damage in the mid lane is there. Bam, down goes keep number 1. They're looking good. They are able to take the first one down, and now the top one is eliminated too. Bottom one is attacked as well, and this is looking better and better for the Sandwich Monkeys. Great game that they're playing here. Really well done. And at this point, of course, Sport Billy and his boys, they're moving around again. But talking Jaina again, she could have gone for the Frost Armor on level 7, decided against it. She could have gone for the Ice Block on level 13, decided against it too. It's all about the damage burst for her now, but that also means that she died 5 times in the game. 5 deaths against Jaina. Frost Armor against Illidan, against Zeratul, against all these auto attack heroes is a great tool. Having the Ice Block oftentimes helps you to survive a little bit longer so that you can make it work. But right now, this is something that they just did not rely upon. Also, damage output. Once again, talking about Falstad here. 62,000. Greymane on 80,000. But Falstad with 48 season marksman stacks already. 48 season marksman stacks at this point. Once again, we're also having like 5 versus 5 again on the map. We are 24 minutes in, 26 nearly. Here comes the move straight to the top. There's another camp that they can, of course, take now. BKB. They don't want to steal it away. They don't really want to. They know that their hero's down to the bottom of the map, but still, they're moving back for now. This keep is the only thing that stands between the Sandwich Monkeys and Katowice. They keep and the core. If they can get 1 temple, they are very close then. 1 temple and just a few more hits against the core and it's over. All 3 keeps are ready for them. The Sandwich Monkeys, for weeks, they've been playing all the smaller tournaments in Europe, and they have been doing so well. Right now, this is the one thing that they've been fighting for the entire time. Going to Katowice, going to the finals. They want it, they need it. But the Piggies, they have different plans, and the Pigs and Blankets have played an incredible tournament here today already. So once again, we're seeing like Hydra and his boys starting to move through the map. They go to the top lane, taking down those few mercenaries that have been claimed earlier. Another temple is going to be up on the map, and it is a single temple event. Is it going to be another backdoor attempt? We saw one in the first game, and they are starting to move down to the bottom of the map. They could try and do it. They have all the structures that they need. They could go for a backdoor. They are already hiding right over here, going into the bushes, just waiting for another moment where they can maybe sneak in. This is really tricky now for the Sandwich Monkeys. Backdoor, no backdoor. Do you go for the temple? What kind of move do you make? They're moving away right now. And I don't quite know why. I mean, it seems like they want to go for that camp at the top first. Alright, so they don't want to go for the team fight. Are they really going to wait until there is a multi-temple event? I mean, in theory, you can actually do that. Multi-temple event would help them to play around the opponent. And apparently that's the thought process here. It's the only explanation that really makes sense, that they want to wait until there's a multi-temple event so that they can play out, like, so that they can actually play around the opponent. They know that all they're going to lose with this temple is like 1 keep, not more than that. Maybe even not that much. Nah, they lose the keep. so they lose it. But still, if they wait for another multi-temple event, they can play around the opponent with the heroes that they have. But they're still against the false stat that can always fly in, which is another big problem, of course. So once again, teams are rotating around here, but it's still very interesting to see that they're just accepting losing one of those. Keep in mind that if there is like a double temple on the map again, there's still also the boss to consider. No matter what they take, the temple or the boss, it's going to be fine for them. So they are going to try and make that happen, I suppose. So right now, 23 versus 24, we have again like taking another look at the talents here in case that you haven't seen them yet. So once more, the maps, the mercenaries on the map are being taken out. Down here, that's of course like what the lane is going to pressure. They have to be careful with this. And there's constant pressure from all of the lanes here. Falstad had to fly back for exactly that reason. They needed to make sure that the shield is not going to take too much damage there. They take vision on the map again. It's all about the map control right now. So once more, we have like ADRD and BKB just like together. We have only Karazim up at the top. He's like exploring a little bit. Everybody's just like hoping to set up a trap for the opponent. And any kill at this point can decide the game. I mean, both of the teams have now a keep down. So that means that if you wipe the opponent, if you get like 3 kills, 4, then you can always try and go straight for a kill against the core itself. And I highly doubt that at this point anybody is going to dare and go for boss without like knowing perfectly where the opponent is positioned. So right now it's all about the positioning right now. It's all about like trying to just like outplay the opponent, out-rotate them. 58 stacks, by the way, on Falstad. 58. Like this guy is hitting like a truck. This is getting like really insane. Falstad has immense damage right now on the board. And he has like, soon he's gonna have like 60. Here comes the attack against Sport Billy, dashing away, and this trap did not work out for them. So one more trap that wasn't successful. Temple announced again, and it is a single temple event. Bot lane, that's all that they have. Bot lane temple, so right now that's what they need to try and do. Bot lane temple, who's going to rotate down there? Can they backdoor? Can they go for the temple? One of the things has to happen right now. We are already 29 minutes into the game again. 29 minutes into the game after we already had in game number 1 a 30-minute game, like more than 30 minutes actually. Illidan is at the bot lane, he's going to be going for it. Illidan is right there, Hydra is going to take that solo really easily. Temple has been claimed, or Vision has been claimed, the Watchtower. They're just trying to slow them down. Uh-oh, Anubarak, is he going to get Anubarak? Not quite. Anubarak actually jumping out. Like, this game is so strategic, like, so much strategy going into this right now. Nobody wants to go just for a full 5-on-5 fight because they just don't want to risk it. There's so much on the line here. Trying to play around the opponent is even more important, but the keep at the bot lane is now down. Illidan is getting the temple at the bot lane. He's actually abandoning it right now because he realizes that they're trying to go for him, and this is just getting worse and worse. Sandwich Monkeys, they started this out with 3 forts, 3 keeps against 1. 3 keeps against 1, and then they abandoned 2 temples. Now it's a keep against a keep. Actually, the bottom one might die, but the Sandwich Monkeys, they had a lead, and they were just not decisive enough. They were very indecisive, they didn't make a proper decision, and now they might lose it all here because of it. BKB is low, but once again, popping Avatar, popping Stoneform, going in, trying to get the kills in here. Already the Healing Ward in play, 30 minutes into the game, and the last keep has finally fallen. The last keep has fallen on the right side. The Piggies lost the last structure that defends their core, and the catapults are swarming in to drop the shields. Falstad is back, he needs to take it, but that also means that we have once again a 4 versus 5 situation. They're trying to go straight in for it. Once more, there comes the go Hydra. Hydra is actually healed in the last moment there. Job well done there. Yeah, really well done for now, but the shots against the core, 57% now, 57, but of course it's not going to fall, not yet. And once again, we have the pressure against the Sandwich Monkeys. BKB, he needs his cooldown, he needs that leap, he needs that jump, he's not going to get it. BKB is down! Oh my god, the mosh pit here not doing anything. Cocoon being used. They're trying to go for the wipe and the kill. They have now their core completely exposed. It's down to 57%, but they get the kill against BKB and they get the kill against Karazim. They can end now. They have to end now at this point, and let's see how that's going to work out for them. So, right now, already, the core is there, it's being attacked, 2 heroes are down, they're trying to go for the counter-aggression, Zarmany is starting to move in, ADRD is doing the exact same thing, they're trying to rush it, but the Piggies are all on core. Who's going to be faster? It's going to be so close, there's nothing, no Mighty Gust, and it's going to be the Piggies! The Piggies go to Katowice! The Piggies make it happen. 19% against 0. The Piggies, they qualify in the winner bracket final and go to Katowice. What a game. And that is it, everybody. GG and well played. The game's over, and therefore also the video for today here on KhaldorTV. We had another great Heroes of the Storm match, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Also hope that you enjoyed the commentary, of course. So thank you very much for tuning in today. If you enjoyed the video, make sure that you give it a thumbs up on YouTube. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to KhaldorTV yet, you should definitely hit that sub button as well. If you have some friends that like Heroes of the Storm, then definitely make sure that you show them the channel and also the video. There's a lot more where that came from. We're going to have like continuous content throughout the next few weeks with more Heroes of the Storm matches played, not only on the European server, but also on the North American server, in tournaments, in leagues, and more than that. So guys, once again, thank you very much for tuning in today. I hope that you had some fun. It was a pleasure casting for you. And I'm going to see you next time with even more videos here on the channel. So have a great day and see you soon. Bye-bye.